Free your mind and the rest will follow.
Welcome to Tlakas
Give it
Tavern.
to me now. Free your mind and the rest will
Shenanigans.
To Tlakas
Straight
Tavern.
shenanigans. Straight shenanigans.
We're live back in the house at Tlakas Tavern. And I am here with Tlaka Faces
Oh, great! Thank you for the invite.
and Stickalicious Lovey.
I ain't shit.
Damn.
I turned out the shit when he got here.
Yeah, you was the shit until he got
Until
here.
he got here.
Oh, the shit, you the
Yeah, I
shit.
turned to the shit.
Now she ain't shit, man. I tell you.
Lovey, you are fantabulous.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I have my days.
You are over there just glowing.
Am I?
Yeah.
You know, someone told me I was glowing today.
I did. You did.
Yeah,
I did.
we-
You was.
I
I said
know.
that. You looked beautifulest.
Well, thank you.
I need some sunglasses.
Oh, you know, y'all. I swear, I'm finna be constipated from just all the bullshit. Just all the bullshit that's being shoved over here. I'm like, for real.
I need some
No, like for real. Like I did. Thank you, Lovey. I
Mhm.
appreciate it. Because my sister, she's looking good. I was telling her that I'm working on, I've been with this due to the shut-in and with COVID and all these things that I really have just been on the downside and just really haven't been just really taking proper care of myself. I've been trying to take care of myself on the mental end, but not on the physical end. And so it's just time for me to get myself back together and to get myself back in the check. And that's where we were talking about, and she was just sharing some tips with me. But I was doing a whole lot better until my co-host came in shoveling all this shit in my stomach.
So, you saying I gave you gas?
No, just constipated, full of shit. That's the best way to put it.
The restroom is over there.
Yeah, well,
It's a can of Lysol by the toilet.
whatever. So something we were something we were talking about was this. Our governor has decided that we're part of the 13 states that don't need the extra $300. So as of like June the 23rd, somewhere through there, they're going to cut that benefit. And he's saying it's time for everybody to get back to work. And so I just want to know what you guys are thinking about that, because at this point, the talk that we had in the nail shop was that, yeah, there are plenty of jobs out there, but these jobs are paying $250 sign up. Hold on, let me finish. Like you told me, $250 sign on bonus, $9.50 an hour, and no one can survive off of this $9.50 an hour. And they were talking about the push to move minimum wage to $15, and I was like, I don't feel. This is just my personal opinion. I don't feel like minimum wage should be $15. I feel like if you're flipping a burger and you're working at Whataburger, to me, that's the job that's your starter job. That's your job for your teenagers and just newly out of school, high school kids. And I don't believe you need $15 to flip my hamburger. If you're trying to raise a family off of Burger King, then at this point, or McDonald's or Kentucky or any of these other jobs, then this is the time you should have used during the COVID break to go back to school and pick up a trade so that you can get a job that pays more.
True, and true.
That's all you have to say?
Yes, true. Because I heard a whole different story or take on, what a news outlet's going to say what they want to say. But I heard a whole different take on the economics of just Texas. So, a lot of jobs are paying more money in Texas. A lot of companies are hiring in Texas. They're having a whole lot of hiring activities actually going on this week and this weekend. So I don't know where you got your news from. I don't know what's going on around the United States, but right now Texas is booming when it comes. Everybody's hiring right now. So
yeah, but we're not talking about $9. We're talking about the base pay. The base pay being $9.50.
Well,
and being able to support your family off of $9.50. And the question is, with regards to minimum wage, do they wanted about raising the minimum wage from $9.50 to $15. At $9.50, there's plenty of jobs out there, but how many jobs are you finding that's paying 22, 23 with no education, no experience?
I don't think it. That's.
I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be based on that because. Okay, I'm gonna get to the comments. I always want to make sure we incorporate the people that tapping in. Thank y'all for tuning in to Tlakas Tavern tonight, you guys. Anthony said he didn't get $1 in unemployment. However, the price of rent is too high for them to make this decision. They need to raise minimum wage and all other wages. Kendrick Parker said, just shout out to Kendrick Parker. He's an awesome R&B singer. People just don't want to apply themselves.
Thank you. I agree with him.
So this is my thing. So tell me this. Okay, so this is my thought process on it. So they raised minimum wage to $15. So the people that are making anywhere from just say $20 to $30, basically you're right there neck and neck. So when they raise this minimum wage to $15, what do you think is going to happen next? The next thing that's going to happen is that loaf of bread that's now almost $3 is going to be $5. The next thing that's going to happen, that gas that's running right now, where everybody crying about almost $3 is going to be actually maybe $3.50.
The cost of living is
going to skyrocket.
Who is doing the crime?
The problem with it is people that are making the minimum wage, which is what I think is still $7.25 at this point.
What people are doing the crime? Race of people.
It's not about a race of people. It's just general across the board. It's not one particular group of people.
Okay.
So I must have missed the question because I was.
Well, what was said was we were talking about the cost of about the minimum wage being raised to $15, and I'm like, if they raise minimum wage to $15, that the cost that we're the people that our middle class will not be middle class, we'll be damn near poverty level too, because if it's only a $5 difference in between. That's nothing. Let's
look at the companies itself. So, if a company is a multi-billion-dollar company, should they be obligated to pay their employees a certain amount rather than just giving them the bare minimum, which is minimum wage? So what happens then is they outsource to other countries where the work is cheaper and they make more money. And that's why we have a lot of businesses that go outside of America to be successful as far as, base their whole structure. And, that's jobs that's here that people aren't getting.
Right.
So it's a catch-22 in a way. You know what I mean? I think finding a balance and an even, kilter that, of course, they want to get rid of middle class. That's been the goal since the beginning.
Exactly. You're either going to be poor or you're going to be rich.
Exactly. And that's what, society, that's what, I don't want to say that's what kind of like the Republicans, but that's kind of like their thing. But I'm not into politics and shit, but I will say minimum wage and the cost of living are correlated. And I also will say that I feel like if the companies, instead of messing with the cost of the minimum wage and whatnot,
right,
if the companies themselves had, I want to say, a stipulation, like, if they're making a certain amount of billions of dollars, then they're required to pay the people that work there a certain amount of money. It is. But it is. But you can't do that. But you can't do that.
You can't do that because you can't penalize me.
This is not
because you can't penalize me because I make.
It's not penalizing you.
Well, you are. But what I'm saying is this. I'm gonna say this. Red is saying that Red Williams is saying that the cost of living is gonna go up. Kira's agreeing that with the minimum wage, if the minimum wage goes up, then it's gonna change the total dynamics of everybody's well living. This is my point that I guess for me, what I'm trying to say is, I feel like that. In every area, every aspect of every job, education, anything you do, there's a entry level, there's an intermediate level, and then there's a excellent level. Just say
corporate.
What corporate level? And if you start off in entry level, making almost what the person makes in the intermediate level. I mean, how fair is that? I feel like
why would you? I want to interrupt you just to say, why would you assume that? I mean, a positive that could come of this is they do implement the cost of living to be as a correlation. The cost of living will go up because minimum wage goes up, but that doesn't mean that the people that are in those intermediate positions won't then get an increase, and then the people, you know what I mean? You don't know. I'm just saying.
I do on a job. That the way it works is okay. So if they give you this cost of living increase, you're still screwed. Versus somebody coming into the job new, so been there, done that. So I was one of those employees. Y'all know me. So started out one of the jobs that I was working on, and this was like 20 years ago. They started me. I was making $8.65 working in registration at Cypress Fairbanks Medical Center, and I was comparing what they were paying me with just going in with no experience, blah blah blah, versus with all the other facilities. So I was a person that advocated and went to HR and like, no, my manager, we're not being paid fairly, blah, 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 blah. So they were like, okay, you know what? You're right. We're going to have to fix this. So what they did was they raised all of our base pay at this time to $10. Mm-hmm. So when they raised that base pay to $10, by that time I had 2 years in. They don't pay you for your experience. So when they raised my base pay to $10, that's what everybody who works entry level comes in making. Everybody that came in off the street after that, even though like people had been there 10 years, 11 years, they were still making maybe $11. People walking in off the street was making $13, $14. And because they were brand new to the company, they got that cost of living siphon across the board. Those that are there, they just were in at the entry level. So how is that fair to people?
It's not about fairness. It's just it's a flawed system. But to think that the middle, like to think that the ripple only goes downward is not, it's not logical, because it's going to affect. I know you don't think that it will, but there are companies that's going, if they raise that to that extent, then they, other companies, it's going to be a ripple effect. Right. The whole ecosystem is going to be affected.
So if you raise the minimum wage, okay, so that means that they're going to have to pull. Where are they going to get this money from to pay for this increase?
What you mean? They got the money.
I'm making the money, but this money is already dedicated because I'm not going to cut my pay to pay you. So, and I'm not going to cut the budget over here and the budget over there. Everything is already pre-budgeted and pre-allocated.
Yeah, but you don't understand. I'm not saying you don't understand, but you got to be aware of the fact of how much money they really are making and how much they're paying themselves for real.
I understand
so even that's growth. The amount of money that would be grocery money to them. The amount of money you would pass down to just satisfy your not entry level, but your medium wage.
People can't be billionaire status anymore. They got to go to millionaire status.
Well, that's not true. They're gonna be billionaires regardless.
Hold on, Fred Bell is saying what I'm saying is that we should not adapt to the current situation. How can anybody be against improvement? It's almost like dry hating. It's not dry hating. My thing is,
I agree with Fred. I agree with you, because this whole conversation on minimum wage and this and that, I'm saying it because I'm out there in the workforce getting my hands dirty. I'm out and about around town, around the state, and that's why I brought up race earlier. And this subject is really we worry about the minimum wage and this and that, but shout out to all my Hispanic community who's watching. This is a shout out to you. They don't worry about that shit. They get they hustle on. No, don't say nothing.
I ain't saying
nothing. You to the side. We worry about that. We live up.
Who is we?
Well, people who complain or live above their means.
That's also true. They'll get more money and still have the same habits and still be poor.
Habits.
Yeah. He's right.
Stay in your lane. No. You can't keep up with the Joneses. Don't ask your job for more money so you can keep up with the Joneses when your talents warrant what you're doing. If you only work $9 an hour and that's what your job requires, stay in your $9 hour lane when it comes to living, food, budget your $9. You have to downgrade to this and that. Budget you. That's on you. When people complaining, that's why I don't agree with all this whole minimum wage, this and that. I don't make no bunch of money. I stay in my lane. So stay in your lane. Don't try to keep up with the damn Jones.
Basically, the financial literacy has to play a part in this in this raise of the.
Yeah. Oh, I don't make enough money.
So, okay, so we live in a. Kiara says, "Hey, Kiara." She says we live in a capitalistic society. They're not going to pass their wealth down to the rest of us. And Calissa said that's true. And Fred said, "Amen, brother." Really, you? That's what I said. This, y'all talking about
Janae Jones said they aren't worried about being fair. We are numbers too big. We're numbers to big companies. They just want $1 all in all, keeping the rich and the poor, begging for help from them. Kendrick Parker said they do work. Hispanics works their ass off for real. Yeah. And I agree with them. But you know what? Hispanics work their ass off for themselves. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
My point.
We teaching people and acting like the entry level. I mean, we preaching this whole minimum wage, but really, if you're an entrepreneur, then a minimum wage doesn't affecting you. If we teaching those coming up to have their own businesses and have their own trades, the minimum wage, that should be what it's encouraging us to do, is to not be ready to work for someone else. Besides someone that, build your shit.
What race you talking about?
So hold on. Calissa said that there's a cultural divide when it comes to that. And so, okay, so we're talking about, so you have Hispanics, you have your Black people, you have your Caucasians, you have your Oriental, you have your Native American Indians, and you have your Asian.
We'll be here all night.
So we're going to
capture all the racist friends.
We're going to stop right there. But and saying that again, most cultures, we I'm gonna just say this: we as African Americans, because our parents was trying so hard to get us to go to college, get these degrees, to get these better jobs, and better our lives, we've lost a sense of trade, and we need to. I agree with you guys. We do need to get the sense of trade back into our society. My grandmother,
or ownership.
Yeah, I don't even have any of those hustles. My grandmother, she was a seamstress. She did upholstery. She was I did get I can make butter. I can make I can can some stuff for you. I can make you some pickles and all of those other good things. She was in gardening. So I think that all of those things are missing. Calista says self-empowerment and ownership. So we're all talking the same thing. And I think that's where we're preaching degrees, and we have all of it to our kids still, and we're proud of our kids for our degrees. I'm proud of my daughter for all my kids' degree. However, right now it's all about what you can do with your hands, and so
it's like essentially it was designed for high school students to be in the position in which case they wouldn't need nothing more than minimum wage to rock, because they still in school, living at their parents' house, whatever. But because people are becoming career McDonald's workers and career Burger King workers.
That's what I was saying.
But their mindset is not to go get their own, to start their own.
Well, they didn't taught that. No one tells them that.
Right. Yeah.
That's what they don't
feel like they have the abilities to do it, and they do. And that's what I was saying. If you choose to make a career out of McDonald's and Burger King, then that is a entry level job, and that's entry level pay. You can't have 4 kids and expect to raise 4 kids off of working flipping burgers. I'm just saying.
Unless you're like a manager,
right? That's what I'm saying. But if I'm a cook or a cashier at Burger King, I cannot expect to take care of 4 kids and not be on housing and all these things. And that's what I'm saying. It's up to us to take the time to secure and do what we need to do to make a better life for us.
But get your ass off the couch.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna wrap this up because it's almost time for us to go. We still have to hit our he say, she say portion.
Let's do it. I love segments.
Yeah. So here's the bullshit, because today
here's the bullshit.
Yeah, it's Ahmad's turn to
It is.
Yeah.
You can't come late without the he say, she say.
Yeah. So Fran says so good. Goal should be $10 an hour. Yeah, my goal is 30. So 30 plus. So Ahmad, what you got? What we talking about? He say, she say. What we talking about today?
You should have messaged me that earlier.
No, we came up with this last week.
So here we go. So every time it's some shit, he always want to put it back on me. I should have told you this, should have told you, but you just did a whole damn segment on you tired of women.
I didn't think we were doing he say.
Yes, we did. I told you that.
A segment is a weekly, regular. That's the That's
can you give him the definition?
A segment is something that we do in every episode, every show.
We just started this shit last week.
No, it's
the
not.
second. That was actually the second, third
and
one.
I then told you about it, and I asked you what you was talking about
you
today.
Didn't tell me about that. You told me you was going to happy hour.
And I did go to happy hour.
I'm going to happy hour.
Your petty ass.
I'm not going about the show. I'm going to happy hour. I'm going to be late.
Damn.
I went to happy hour. You was late too, and here we are. But I didn't have to send you anything. You know what?
Text message.
Oh my God. Cut this mic off, because this man, constipation overload, constipation. Anyway, segment today. He say, she say. Why are niggas so full of shit? There we go, bing. Ahmad, why are you niggas so full of shit with the bullshit? Why are you with the shits right now?
Because we eat y'all cooking. Now I'm finished. That's why I'm full of shit.
Well, that was the he say, she say segment of the night.
I got the bubble guts.
I'm just saying, for real. So next. I think what we were talking about was, it was a conversation about, Calista say, boom, there it is. So we were talking about, do you have the right to go through your partner's phone?
Oh, yeah.
He's so, oh my God.
Now it comes back to him.
I recall.
He's so full of the.
No, I heard that too. That's why I asked you. I was like, we're going to talk about that.
Oh, wait. What did he say? He asked me when I just said, what did this man just spend? He spent 3 minutes talking about how it was all on me. Go ahead.
But anyway, yes, okay. For example.
What do he say?
No, he say, this is what I'm saying. Okay,
sip on this.
You had a past relationship and you have all of your ex's pictures and all the lovely things saved in your phone, the nice memories you can scroll through and think about the old times.
Here go the bullshit. That's what I'm talking about.
But you have a new lady and supposedly you're in love with this new woman or you're married. And should you delete all the wonderful memories?
If the memory is so damn wonderful, y'all wouldn't be no past relationship.
Should you delete all the wonderful? Well, if it's pictures,
I'm gonna say this.
But if it's pictures, it's good memories. It ain't gonna be bad.
Okay,
memories.
so I'm gonna say this.
You have bad shit went on in a relationship. Then you had a good shit. So
hey,
do you keep all the old pictures?
So what does she tell us? What does he say? Let us know what he say. Then we'll tell you what she says.
Well, nah, you delete that shit. You go, you delete it. You gonna get rid of it. The past is the past. You know, you let it go. Looks like another love TKO. All that.
Okay, so my son. That's my son calling. So Niecy G say if it's husband and wife, you delete it. It gotta go.
It gotta go.
Well, this is my thing. Okay.
What's her name?
Niecy. You know Niecy.
Well,
hold on. She said if it's boyfriend, girlfriend, no. Husband and wife, delete it.
Well, Niecy, can I keep the old like naked pictures?
Oh God, here you go.
What's the difference of watching naked pictures and watching randos? Like, you know, adult stuff.
Oh, so I see it naked. You like,
I said adult.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, what's the difference if it's someone you know or it's arranged?
Oh, Niecy said
hell to the no.
So it's not okay. What you think?
No. So this is my thing. Everybody has a past.
Indeed.
So so even with the most fucked up ass in the she say DCG say hell no, she'll give you new naked pictures. I ain't there we go.
Well,
so,
damn.
I agree with you.
To replace the old ones.
Wow.
So this is my thing. I believe everybody have a past. You cannot delete. I don't care. You can get rid of all the pictures. You can get rid of all of the letters, notes. You can try to erase a motherfucker like they were never there, but they was there. That is a part of your past, which makes you a part of who you are now. So here, what I'm saying is, this shit gotta go.
She stuck up.
She said that shit gotta go.
Man, no. How you gonna be sitting there? You talking about you in love with me and you back there reminiscing about, man, we had fun at the park. Man, No.
I told you, see. That's why your ass smiling. See? She not gonna delete that shit. She gonna keep that shit.
No, I'm not.
Beauty B, shout out for tuning in. She said the connection and memories make it different than porn randoms.
Thank you.
True.
I'm gonna just say this. Okay, so I guess this is here we are. I was married for what, 26, 27 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So your ex-husband is totally gone at your phone?
Oh shit, yeah. I have to ask the kids. I feel bad. I have to ask the kids for his phone number. I mean, if I need to reach out to him to talk to him or something about the kids, my kids are grown. With that being said, I think I don't even have really many even pictures of us. We had pictures over the years, but we didn't take a lot of pictures. I think we have like a family photo. That's something you can't get rid of. The kids was in a prom picture. Pictures from our prom. I'm not gonna throw my prom.
What about the
away.
dating scene? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You date a dude for maybe like 6 months, y'all break up, and you know what I mean? That's what I'm asking. So you delete those, you keep those. I'm asking.
Wait, like you have old Facebook shit, you keep that shit.
Yeah.
But if you actually was in a relationship, I deleted everything. Everything. Click. Don't want to see none of your nothing.
Well, damn, he said like you was never there. Anyway, Nancy says, I don't want to hear nothing about my new man passed. I kissed him up the garden, brushed him off. You sure right. So that's what I'm telling you. We're gonna perform a baptism. No, she not. Because that's the thing. When we get a new one, y'all gonna get a shower. You gonna get a shower. That's a baptism. Y'all have been baptized, and born again.
Love it. Is that how it goes?
Apparently, I don't like getting my hair wet me, but I guess that's what you're gonna
shower. So look, you get a new man, you shower and wash the old bitch off.
I guess so. New bitch, hello.
Remember that commercial? I'm gonna wash that bitch.
Wash it. Yeah, shout out to you, girl.
Wow.
You gotta go. So he say, she say, we both in agreement. All that old shit.
I need to write a song. Wash the old bitch off.
Yeah. Niggas ain't never wash the old bitches off. They just pile on bitch after bitch after bitch.
Well, my phone went dead, so that's the end of the show.
God, I guess so.
But
my shit's still live. My shit is still live.
Okay, then.
Hey, if you want to tune in, I'm still on this sucker.
But no, in real talk, I'm like this though. Like family pictures, stuff like that, like some bullshit like that. Yeah, you're gonna keep that because that's what it is. But just if I'm dating somebody now and we break up, and man, all this shit gotta go. You got the go. Me personally, I don't even want to keep it. I don't want to remember you. We're not together for a reason.
Damn. Why it gotta be like, for example, me and my ex broke up or whatever. We not on bad terms necessarily. So it's like, do I delete all the pictures of him if I start talking to another nigga? No. I'm curting those pictures.
Okay. That's what they call crop.
Oh my God.
That's what was it. Okay, but again, see, this is.
I just don't understand. Like, I mean, not every relationship ends with a crash and burn. Like, some shit is just amicable differences. Just y'all not fucking around. So you date. I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air.
Okay,
so this is my
what
thing.
If your man go on your page and he get to scrolling way down deep? And he see you with Tyrone all hooked up, and he comes say, "Why don't you delete those pictures? I don't want to see you with that nigga on those pictures on your Facebook." What you gonna do?
What the fuck you on my Facebook for?
Hey, your man.
What the fuck you on my Facebook for?
So this is my thing. Okay, so let's put it like this. Okay, so me and Mark, we're cool, we friends. So I think we take pictures and stuff together all the time. But my thing is, you'll know when he gets on my good. When y'all don't see my pictures on his Facebook page, then you know.
Somebody said, take that yellow bitch off now.
Crop her ass off.
But I'm just saying, man,
it just be one piece of arm.
Yeah, you see my purse or some shit.
Crop her ass.
That's terrible, y'all.
But now I'm just saying, if this, it's like this. Now, if this is if you friends with somebody, it's a bullshit. It wasn't that bullshit. Then you good. I'm just saying, I don't. If I'm in a relationship with somebody and I meet somebody new and he's not comfortable with the shit, then it's just what it is. And my thing is vice versa. But like I said, everybody have a past. You can't delete and get rid of everything, because every time you delete some shit, a motherfucker still got it somewhere. It's still gonna pop back up.
Yeah, that's true.
So my thing is, I'm like this though. Honestly, do I want to see if you in your phone? No. Now, if you got some shit that done happened in your past, it's on your page. That was a part of who you was. Leave that shit alone. Let that go, because I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about what's going on from today forward.
I got hella pictures with hella niggas on my phone. It doesn't mean I was fucking with all of them. It just means it's like, how you gonna tell? You can't even tell. Who you gonna? It's too many niggas.
Well,
on the strength of what I do, a nigga where I have his feelings hurt, trying to be, you know what I'm saying?
In radio, you out and about.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
you good.
This pictures of niggas, it don't mean
your slick ass can do anything.
That's not true.
This is what I've noticed. It's like I'm always the people that don't accuse the people you accusing me of shit. You accuse
your phone dead, friend.
Yeah,
stop texting it, friend. It's dead. She's trying to keep trying to power it on. It's off.
I know. I love my phone.
She's trying to catch the button like it's gonna power back on. No, friend.
I know.
She can't see.
It's cool.
They got 700 cracks in it.
Leave my friend phone alone.
Leave my phone
she
alone.
busy.
I'm a businesswoman.
Right.
That's what happens.
Maybe the show's over anyway, so you're good.
Yeah, so.
Right. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Damn.
So thank y'all for tapping into the Tavern. Hey, if y'all have any topics or anything y'all want to talk about, discuss, join us with, just again, just tap on Tlakas Tavern and shout it out or send an inbox, and we'll be glad to talk about what you want to talk about.
And free your mind, and the rest will follow.
Hey.
All right. Well, good night. You supposed to say goodbye.
Oh, goodbye. Peace.